So the old coyote hunter is telling me a story before we get out of the truck to go on our second stand this morning of how back in the 1970s, right across the road from where we did the stand, him and another guy go in there with a truck. There's 3 coyotes in the field, and they came out with all 3 coyotes. I kind of laughed because I wasn't around yet. I thought it was one of those fishing tale stories. Come along today and see if the old 1970s coyote hunter can make the fur fly. So Dad's got his gun muffs on already because he's sick of listening to me. Nope. But I don't know, he's been in the city too long. He's signaling. I think if we had to chase a coyote, he would signal if it turned in the field.
I'm just surprised that I don't look both ways on an approach.
You know what I was thinking? Brody was telling me about his conversation with kids in school and how they embellish everything about the fish that they catch and how big it is. Well, I was thinking when I was a boy, my conversation, we would always say how strong our dad was.
Embellishing it.
And one kid said, my dad's so strong he can lift a car. And I said, and then the next boy said, oh, well, my dad's so strong, he can lift a house. And then I said, well, my dad's so strong, he can lift a school. And it was true, though, because I watched you lift a school, the old Irvin Portables one time.
You betcha.
With a few 20-ton jacks, but you lifted it.
We lifted it, we took it away.
Yeah, and they moved it across the country. But then I was thinking about now how I'd say how good my dad is, and I was thinking about our last coyote stand, and I was thinking to say my dad's so good that he'd shoot 3 coyotes before I had to start shooting at him to scare him away or tell him to give my gun back.
That's right. There's a man walking out there.
Oh yeah, Neil's out there. We're heading out on a coyote stand. I got to delete some footage here before we get there so that we have enough room in case we have one of those stands. The conditions are perfect, but I do not know we don't know if we're going to get anything, but we'll have a good time if anything. Hopefully don't get stuck.
I brought 2 shovels.
That's good father-son bondage. 2 shovels and snowdrift. Anytime you call in birds, that's a good sign that you sound good. Birds follow coyotes and coyotes follow birds. First stand is done. We parked right here. We just walked up past those buildings right there. Leave the truck in the low spot. There's not many places in this country that you can do that.
From when he started coming up along the old fence there,
Yeah.
you know, like they've got us pinned. They kind of know exactly where that sound came
Oh
from.
yeah, yeah. But you didn't hear my lip squeaks though.
No.
Yeah, because if
You just do them with your lips or with
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. And then that's where he all of a sudden, because he stopped there on the hill, and then when I lip squeaked, he came. But he was coming to the howl.
Ruined them.
Out the main, in the chest and out the main. That's a pretty. But you shot him in the chest, and it went out.
I think so.
Nice fur though.
Nice coyote. Really nice, dude.
The male.
Yep.
Yeah, he howled. He was, and I couldn't see him until that snowbank here.
He's so
out there.
Full. Belly's fully full.
Here's a. So this is our new suitcase drag. You're gonna have fleas.
That's what I'm
herd of antelope, and we set up right in that area. We were planning on going there anyway, but my hopes were up even a little more when the antelope were there. That doesn't mean that a coyote's still going to come in. Started off with a rabbit distress, and then a coyote howled. So I just let a howl go off. Right now they're starting into the early breeding season, so I howled, and he was silent, and I was sure that he was coming in. And as we waited, I did another howl, and there were some cattle off in the pasture, and they were watching down low, and I was sure that they were watching that coyote move the way that the cattle were acting. So pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to the wildlife. And the next thing you know, Dad and I both could see him coming across the snowbank. But then Dad was sitting up the way from me, and he got down into the low spot, and I could see him, but Dad couldn't see him, and I wanted him to shoot him. And I just couldn't make the shot also because the house, the line up, the neighbor's house was behind. And it was good. I just filmed, and I was hoping that he could see it and he was going to shoot him when it came out there at around 100 yards. And I just kind of kept it on there. I tried to focus the camera as good as I could. And Dad said when we were having lunch, he says, "Did you see the fur fly?" And I went back to the footage because he said he watched the coyote through the scope the whole time. He didn't see fur fly. But it went so quick. The pressure was so high, it blew his back out. The fur flew straight up in the air, right out of the screen, and it came down. Hope you guys enjoyed that hunt. Father, son, Coyote Hunter, and the Coyote Hunter Jr. And if you guys want to see more, I'm not sure if we'll get out to do more. It's crazy. Dad and I only seem to do one stand a year, but we had one 3 years ago. We had a pretty fun one, and every year it's fun. Sometimes there's nothing. Sometimes there's maybe one. Sometimes there's 5 coyotes come in. I don't know. But make sure that if you do want to see more, that you give us a thumbs up. Click on the subscribe in the top corner. When you subscribe, click on that bell and make sure that it notifies you, because you never know what's going to come up. Make sure that you stay tuned for more life on the Great Hope Ranch.